Since the advent of independence among African nations, the conduct of democratic elections has been marred by abuses and fraud, often leading to the truncation of elected governments by military dictatorships. Even with the restoration of democratic institutions across West Africa in the late 20th century, the familiar problems are still rearing their ugly heads.
However, this optimism has been challenged by issues like the decline of democracy, election fraud, and the rise of military coups. Between 2017 and 2024, we saw governments in Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Niger change in ways that were not constitutional, creating more instability.
This submission sets the tone for discussions at this conference organized by Yaga Africa, which attracts stakeholders from across West African countries that have witnessed elections in the last 2 years.
And we hope that you spend the next 2 days with us reflecting on what we need to do to reclaim electoral integrity on the continent, but more importantly, ensure that elections are a reflection of the will of the people.
The region stands at a crossroads. The hard-earned democratic gains of past decades must not only be preserved, but strengthened against emerging threats. While the resilience of democratic institutions has been evident, there is an urgent need for robust electoral reforms, stronger oversight mechanisms, and inclusive political processes that empower all citizens, particularly women and youth.
A former national electoral umpire in Nigeria dissects the problems with elections in West Africa, placing the blame squarely on the inordinate ambitions of politicians.
Elected representatives in governance are awfully failing to satisfy the need and the expectations and the aspirations of citizens, resulting in increased incidences of poverty, relative deprivation, exclusion rather than inclusion, and a heightened mobilization of ethnic, religious, and other primordial identities.
For a former president of Nigeria, even the adoption of technology for elections has thrown up fresh challenges.
It is instructive that in countries where more technology was deployed like Nigeria and Sierra Leone, the electoral process threw up more agitations, legal battles, and political tension. And the deployment of technology, no matter how elaborate or sophisticated, may not deliver the desired outcomes without the proven will of the authorities and the citizens to do the right thing.
In spite of the challenges of electoral democracy, it remains the people's best hopes for realizing their aspirations.
There remains substantial appetite among citizens for representative and accountable democratic governance. Therefore, electing good representatives in governance and holding them to account would make government more responsible and responsive.
This conference offers the platform for concerned groups and individuals to seek lasting and effective solutions to the challenges of electoral integrity in Africa. Charles Eruka, Arise News.